The Budget and Economic Planning Authorities say there are plans to push up the country's per capita GDP to $6,000 and $33,000 by 2030 and 2050, respectively. They made this known against the backdrop of a forthcoming 29th Nigerian Economic Summit theme, Pathways to Sustainable Economic Transformation and Inclusion. Lara Folayo reports.
The 29th Nigerian Economic Summit, an annual high-level engagement on the economy by public and private sector players, gradually approaches. This year's theme is Pathways to Sustainable Economic Transformation and Inclusion. The country's budget and economic planning authorities say the theme is apt and aligns with government's growth and development plans, which targets poverty and unemployment reduction.
This summit illustrates the value of cooperation. The private sector, Nigeria's very formidable private sector, felt they can lead a discourse and have institutionalized this for years to show that there can be an effective collaboration between private sector and the public sector in interrogating and charting a way forward for our country.
The fiscal authorities also say the midterm review of the National Development Plan 2021 to 2025 is underway to allow for the inclusion of government's renewed hope agenda into it.
Nigeria is a great country with, I believe, one of the strongest absorptive capacity in the world. Hard-working populace across the 36 states of Nigeria. We need to mobilize them so that we can produce the growth that we desire. We can take our position in the Committee of Nations with pride.
The Nigerian Economic Summit Group, on its part, sees economic growth that does not translate to better living conditions as a huge concern amid challenges of rising unemployment, income disparity, and multidimensional poverty, a situation it believes is worsened by macroeconomic instability, institutional deficiency, and uneven allocation of resources.
At the NESG, we aim to focus on enhancing the role of entrepreneurship, skills, and innovation, as well as the contributions of subnational and local governments as drivers of economic growth and of social development.
The present administration's renewed hope agenda, of which its 8 priority areas are a fallout of, targets fast-tracking goals of Nigeria's Agenda 2050 and the National Development Plan 2021 to 2025. This is with the focus of attaining double-digit growth as well as inclusive development. Lara Folayo, TVC News, Abuja.
The chairman, Lagos State Branch of Nigerian Institution of Estate Surveyors and Valuers, Mr. Gbenga Ismail, is calling for investigation and takeover of abandoned properties across the state if the buildings are left unattended for a period of time without being used. He said this at his investiture at the 28th chairman of the institution in Lagos. Sunday Binibo tells us more in this package presented from our studio.
In this hall are builders, business developers, real estate surveyors and valuers, government officials, traditional rulers, among others. Part of the focus here is to further seek ways in addressing leadership gaps associated with management and practice of real estate surveyors and valuers, while partnering with relevant stakeholders in ensuring that laws and regulations in the sector is adhered to by professionals.
Congratulations.
That was the exchange of leadership baton of the Lagos branch as capacity building for members takes center stage for the new chairman.
One of the 4 slogans is leadership. It is my intention to push our profession to the forefront of the built environment within Lagos and the public community at large. So one of the things is to create more awareness, create more capacity, and advocate in how best practice should be done.
You must be going to a particular location. That location that you're going to actually has real estate embedded in it as well. So if I say I'm going to Lagos, I must be going to see some form of real estate, either in monuments, in beaches, in hotels, and hospitality. So tourism is embedded in real estate. So we can actually do real estate tourism in Nigeria.
On his part, President of the institution, Mr. Jumbo Lamayevo, commended President Bola Tinubu for separating the Ministry of Housing from the Ministry of Works.
I'm happy that this current government has separated works and housing. And now the current housing minister is a professional par excellence. He's a smooth worker. He doesn't make so much noise.
We're going to work very closely with the Surveyors Institute Association, so to see how we can help to make their business a lot better.
He's a man that has a vision and mission of innovation, membership experience, and a concept of ideology that will drive and move the real estate profession into a level that everybody in Nigeria, people that need our service, will be able to have a better and qualitative service.
Members were charged to deploy the use of technological trends to enhance and fast-track service delivery to customers.
A total of 20 containers loaded with expired tomato concentrates have been uncovered at the PTML command of Nigerian Customs Service. Exhibiting the expired consignment, the Acting Controller General of Customs, Mr. Adewale Adeniyi, revealed that the forcefully declared containers were set to contain almond shells from Spain. Ifunaya Eze has the report.
Inspecting the 20 containers of expired tomato concentrates, the Controller General of Customs, Mr. Adewale Adeniyi, said the operation that led to the seizure complies with the service's primary objectives of curbing smuggling and safeguarding the lives of Nigerians by intercepting dangerous imports.
During a routine examination, our vigilance officers of the PTML command uncovered a cache of expired tomato concentrates deemed unsafe and unfit for human consumption. The audacity of the smugglers to attempt introducing this hazardous product into the Nigerian market is not only shocking, but also disheartening.
Additionally, he said a suspect had been arrested following the falsely declared consignment worth 116 million naira in duty paid value.
The audacious attempt to introduce such a large quantity of expired food products into the Nigerian market is heartless and is inexcusable. I would like to use this opportunity to send a stern warning to importers and their agents, urging them to steer clear of unlawful practices such as false declaration aimed at evading duties or smuggling prohibited goods into our country.
Also, the Comptroller General addressed a protest initiated earlier by freight forwarders in the port over alleged increase in duty payments.
Duty rate has been increasing since the beginning of this year. It has been increasing from 1 million to 1.5 to 2 million to 3 million. Now it's 6.3 million. And we are not happy. They are saying it's now 8 million. We are not happy about it. We are protesting because the end result is that the poor masses in the street will suffer it.
It is not about demonstration. It's not about carrying placard. It's about us collectively taking action that will help to shore up the value of the naira. One thing that we can do, one low-hanging fruit for all of us in the port community, is for us to give the same attention that we're giving to import to export.
He further explained that an increase in export trade would boost the value of the naira. Ifunanya Eze, TVC News, Lagos.
And wrapping up business, the stock market closed the week in red as securities prices were downsized, bringing losses to investors. The poor trade condition brought the index down by 0.17%, meaning losses on businesses. Many major trade losers in the market were African Prudential Insurance, FCMB, Chief PLC, Cham Holding, and Elalix. The volume of shares traded was 374 million shares worth more than 8 million naira. Airtel Africa, Access Corporation, Caverton Aviation, ICO Insurance, and Cornerstone Insurance were gainers at the weekend trading session.